Hey everyone, welcome back to another free game with Epic Games. This week's free game is Sunless Skies. It's the Sovereign Edition of Sunless Skies. So, sail the stars, betray your queen, murder her son. Sunless Skies is a gothic horror roleplay game with a focus on exploration and exquisite storytelling. Genres are horror, RPG, roguelite. It's a single player game. So, skies are yours, captain a spacefaring steam locomotive as a new Victorian empire takes to the stars. Lead your hapless crew into trouble and out of their minds. Smuggle souls, barter for barrels of time, stop for cricket, and a nice cup of tea. Sunless Skies Sovereign Edition is the complete and definitive version of Sunless Skies. It incorporates the many additions made since launch back in 2019. Getting into the game, you can adjust your difficulty. So you've got the Legacy campaign, so if you die, you can only continue with the new captain, or you've got the Merciful campaign, where if you die, you can reload or begin with a new captain. You can add aim assist, you can increase projectile speed, you can also adjust the rate that fuel and supplies are consumed. You're able to use your mouse and keyboard to play the game. So WASD moving forward, turning the locomotive around, dodging is Q and E. You toggle cruise control and you'll see you can scavenge things as in your journey. I was able to get some fuel here. Come across a ship at the beginning. You click scavenge and you'll get one of these various pop-up windows that pops up that takes you through some of the story, and you're able to make decisions during this. So in this case, I was able to either clear an obstruction away or lead my party on a more precarious path. The skills you have will determine if you succeed or if you fail in your choice. Continuing onwards, you're able to uncover some supplies for healing your locomotive. You find cannons for weapons, and you find a bat for scouting any potential resources. Pressed onto the engine room and tried to go myself but failed doing so I lost some health to my hull. Into the combat, facing off some marauders. This is where you might see some of the difficulty changes might come in handy with the aim assist. Looting one of the killed marauders, I was able to strip it for repairs or scavenge it for some loot. Figured since I was in battle, repairs are needed. And then once you get to your first port, you're able to create your captain. There's varying different what was your life before this type choices. I chose an academic, and then you're faced with 3 strands of what you studied, what practical sciences, and then you have an ambition you can choose from. There's wealth, fame, and the truth. I chose wealth, but the truth is noted down below to complete wealth and fame first, as it's a little bit more challenging. And then you're able to create the outline of your captain, much like in the early 1900s kind of photo looking type thing. There's a summary of everything, your skills. Then you're able to explore the station you're at. You can repair your hull, you can recruit a new member for your crew. There's costs involved with both of those. You can shop, you can get info on potential places of interest. And then when you go to level up, you have multiple choices that will affect your skills. And then once you pick one, you'll have 2 other choices to determine which skills you want to increase. Throughout your travels, you get various stories that pop up. For example, this one where there's a member trying to fix the clock. I ended up just exploring the game for a little bit. I wasn't too interested in the game, to be honest. And I came across this nightmarish looking thing, and something else was already battling it, so I figured to try and help. It was an interesting battle mechanic. I would say the battling's quite interesting. One other thing I noticed too was on the left there's a skull, and it's kind of your terror or your nightmare level, and I never did play long enough to see if what happens when that increases, but there's lots of different aspects of the game that are interesting to say the least, but it's just not my type of game that I would be playing. And you can die, and when you die, you are dead. And at the beginning, when you're choosing difficulties, you can choose between whether you get to reload, but you've lost some things, or whether you're just completely dead. In this case, I think I went with the legacy version, which is you're just completely dead. So you end up becoming a new captain, and you get inheritance of what you had previously. And in this case, it was just my level, as well as the inherited sovereign or the coin, and then some of the map or the chart that I had filled out. You can adjust difficulty from this point on, but as soon as I hit continue, it made me create my captain again. So kind of an interesting take on the game, and where your choices matter, and if you were to die, then you've kind of lost your progress. So I can see it being a game that takes a lot of time and maybe frustrating at times if you've gone a certain distance and you've perished, but yeah, give it a try. You never know, maybe something you like. But personally, it's just not my type of game.